Hello, Jaguar students. It's your friendly neighborhood math teacher, Mr. Allred, and I would like to personally welcome you here to Unit 4, mini lesson number 3 on percent of change and percent of error. Hey, look around the room. I'm not in the room. I have a substitute. Okay, so it's very important that you really pay attention and try to understand what it is that we're talking about here during this mini lesson so that you can still try some of the practice problems. I do plan on giving you a quiz tomorrow, and I don't feel bad doing that because I'm right here in this video. And you can email me if you have any questions or go across the hallway and ask Miss Maney in Miss Kearney's room if you have any questions. Okay? This is the third entry in your table of contents, Unit 4, mini lesson number 3 on percent of change and percent of error. Let's get started. Okay? Percent of change is the percent that something increases or decreases from its original amount. We see this lots of times when we measure things, when we estimate things, and in the world of sales, okay? Remember that in the last mini lesson, we said that we could use the same proportion to solve very many of these word problems. And we can use a very similar one to solve these word problems. Instead of putting the part over the whole, we're going to put the difference over the original and then set it equal to the percentage over 100. So it's very similar to the last proportion. We're going to put the difference over the original, set it equal to the percentage over 100. In this first example, I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you're going to do one on your own. If we had a class and the class went from 35 students to 31 students, what was the percent of change? If it started at 35, that means that 35 was the original. It went down to 31. So the difference is 4 children, 4 less children. So we're going to use a proportion that says difference over original equals percentage over 100. We said the difference was 4, and the original amount was 35 children. So we got 4 over 35. This is important, okay? Not 4 over 31 or 31 over 35. No. But the difference over the original. We're trying to find the percent from what it was that it went down, okay? Then we can still cross multiply, set it equal to x over 100. 35 times x is 35x. 4 times 100 is 400. Then if you divide both sides by 35, you'll find that 400 divided by 35 is like 11.4%. So there's an 11.4% decrease in the class size from what it was to what it became. Okay? Edpuzzle is going to ask you to do this next example, and you're going to use the same proportion. Okay? I'm going to read it to you, and then you're going to try to set up a proportion and solve it. At the beginning of the week, the amount of money collected was $97. That's the original amount. By Friday, the group had collected $569. Whoa! They got a lot more money. There's an increase there. I want you to find the percent of change. Tell Edpuzzle what you think it is. Awesome job. I hope you got 486.6% increase. That still doesn't make sense. You're going to try number 2. Check my answer key when you have any questions. And hopefully you can do some of the back practice problems about percent of change. Percent of error is really the same thing. It's the percent that an estimated quantity differs from its actual amount. Same applications, measurement, estimation, and sales. Really, this happens whenever you make a prediction about something. You say, hey, I bet that person's 6 feet tall. And then you measure their height and they're really 5'10". You're off by a little bit, and that's the percent of error. You're going to find it the same way pretty much. You're going to put your difference over your prediction instead of the difference over the original and set it equal to the percentage over 100. So if you estimate that 200 people are at a school dance, that's your estimation, and the actual attendance was 240, what is your percent of error? You said you predicted 200 people. There was really 240 people. That means you're off by about 40 people. You're going to set up a proportion that says the difference, 40, over the prediction, 200. And set it equal to x over 100. So difference over prediction, difference over original, percent of error, and percent of change, the same thing. Cross multiply and divide. 200 times x is 200x. 40 times 100 is 4,000. If you divide both sides by 200, like we've been doing here for a couple times here in this unit, then you get 20%, a 20% error there on that prediction. Okay? Edpuzzle is going to ask you to do number 1, and you're going to use the same proportion we just used for that example. This is about weighing an object on a balance. So there's going to be a prediction and an actual amount and a difference. I hope that after doing that, you got 0.8% If you did not, you're going to want to try it again. And then when you try number 2, you're definitely going to want to check my answer key over there on the counter if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching. Remember that of all my students I've ever taught, you are one of them. Have a great day. Thanks.